Tonight, we're going to be rocking, and I'll tell you, we're going to kick it right off with this Rick Perry stuff, and again, I want to make this clear, and there's people that already don't believe me. I am not endorsing Rick Perry. In fact, I'm not endorsing anybody. I don't even know. I have no idea who the heck I'm going to vote for. I have no clue on that, but I do like Rick Perry. I mean, there's some things I don't like about him, but there's a lot of things that I do like about him. I do think he's electable, okay, which is kind of important. You have to be, you can like somebody all you want, but if they're not electable, then what's the point? And that's kind of the position that the Ron Paul people have been taking with me all week, that, hey, you got to vote for someone that stands for what you believe in. Oh, absolutely. Yes, you do. But if history shows you that that person is not electable or there's not really a chance they're going to get elected, please, when it comes down to pulling the lever, well, you don't pull the lever anymore unless you're like in some strange, really counties. But when you push the touch screen or you do that vote, don't waste your vote. I mean, really, we've got to get Obama and this administration out. We've got to get these socialists and communists out of our government. Why? Now, for maybe 100 people that watch the Ed Show, that's good old NBC garbage, the Ed Show, for like the 100 people that watch him, or possibly more, God help us, they played this audio clip, and it's a couple days ago, and the whole idea of the story was that Rick Perry is a racist. Yeah, that Rick Perry is a racist, and you know where this is coming from. And what's happening is the polls came out this past week, and the black vote, the African-American voters are turning away from Barack Obama in large numbers. Now, this is true, and it's good news because that was his core base. So, of course, earlier this week, what did you see? Barack Obama, holding this little speech thing, and he's surrounded by all white kids. Yeah, he's surrounded by all white kids. I couldn't believe it. It was almost like they were saying, well, Barack Obama said, well, what do I got to do to make sure I'm not losing the white vote? Get around all white kids. Good idea. Now, let's see, should I hold a campaign stop with nothing but black people to get the white vote? No, not a good idea. But if we have all white kids in front of a really homey kind of small town setting, that's going to appeal to the middle-aged white man, and then he's going to vote for you. What do you think, Brock? Does that sound like a good idea, Brock? Yes, that sounds like a fantastic idea. So that's what he did. So what's happening, of course, is Rick Perry gets into the race. He shoots straight to the top of the polls. So he's ahead in these polls now. We're a couple points behind Mitt Romney, which that's not going to last very long. And so Obama realizes quickly, hey, I'm losing white voters. I'm losing black voters. Something's got to get done. So what does he do before he goes on his umpteenth vacation? He gets in front of a campaign stop here. He's got all these white kids surrounding him. Not one black kid there. You got to see this. All white kids. So, he looks like he's, hey, I'm not a race. I love everybody. I'm a president of all Americans. And then what he does is they instruct the media to start portraying, like, Rick Perry as a racist, fundamental Christian nut. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So listen to this audio. This is going to blow your mind. I don't know if you heard this, but this was on the Ed Show and on NBC. And listen, Rick Perry, yeah, he's a racist. But listen carefully to this audio. Hold on.
I think there's an element of racism every time people claim the first black president doesn't love this country. Perry comes from the radical country club that loves to remind white America President Obama is other, not like you. Perry also wants you to know that he's pro-business.
I am a pro-business governor. I don't make any apologies about it, and I will be a pro-business president. Getting America back to work is the most important issue that faces this country. being able to pay off $14.5 or $16 trillion worth of debt. That big black cloud that hangs over America.
That black cloud Perry is talking about is President Barack Obama. Perry and Jim Moore, is this the Rick Perry that you know from Texas, or is this a different twist in the way he plays against his opponents?
No, this is the same guy. I think the whole business with the black cloud wasn't exactly very...
Funny I didn't hear Perry say that it was Barack Obama.
Being able to pay off $14.5 or $16 trillion worth of debt. That big black cloud that hangs over America, that debt that is so monstrous. That big black cloud that hangs over America.
That black cloud Perry is talking about is President Barack Obama. Perry makes...
Being able to pay off $14.5 or $16 trillion worth of debt. That big black cloud that hangs over America, that debt that is so monstrous. That big black cloud that hangs over America.
Really? Yeah. So that big black cloud that hangs over America, Mr. Ed from the Ed Show, Mr. Ed, let's just cut that off before he says the rest of it. This big black cloud, that debt. But here it is, the liberal media having to do the best they can to portray whoever the front runner is as a racist. Me? Sheesh. Oh, and then Bill Clinton. He'll love this, and then we're going to move on. Bill Clinton, he said, I'm going to Washington. He was saying this about Perry. Quote, he said, I'm going to Washington to make sure that the federal government stays as far away from you as possible while I ride on Air Force One and that Marine One helicopter and go to Camp David and travel around the world and have a good time. I mean, this is crazy, Clinton said. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Duh, Clinton. That's not what he's talking about. You dork, and Clinton knows that, too. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. Speaking of smart decisions, we have a new sponsor for the show, which is Custom Homes, LLC. With Custom Homes, LLC, you have the control. With their unique in-depth website, you can choose all the details of your custom home. You can choose the type of font, half or full page, plain or textured white paper, a frame or no frame. You can review the poem before you pay for your service, pay for their services. You can make any changes, and they're going to print it out on the paper you want, with the font you want, the size that you want, and they're going to frame it, and they're going to ship it out to you or to the person you want to go to. We're talking about poems for any occasion here. Custom Homes, LLC. You write a poem for an anniversary or a birthday or a boyfriend, girlfriend. Guys, you want to really please the lady, don't get her the boring greeting card out of the store. Okay, it's $5. It doesn't really say what you want to say, and it's going to end up in the drawer. Have a poem written for her. And how it works, you go to their website, you answer 5 simple questions, and the authors at Custom Poems LLC will put a beautiful poem together for you. They will call you and go over the poem with you. If you like it, you pay for it at that time, and they ship it straight on out to you. Now, that's going to hang on the wall. It's not going to get thrown away. It's going to last forever. You can do one for a friend. You can do a get well poem, high school graduation, Father's Day, Mother's Day. You want to honor somebody who died, you can do that. They have everything that you possibly need to impress somebody and to make a lasting impression. So check them out. It's CustomPoemsLLC.com, CustomPoemsLLC.com. Fantastic, and you won't go wrong. And it's 100% satisfaction, money guaranteed. So CustomPoemsLLC.com. Check it out. So, in a nutshell, Iran should have a nuclear weapon. Sure, why should we stop them? They want to get nuclear, no problem. They're no different than China or these other countries. Well, see, the little difference is China, they're not as radical, fanatical, religious wackos like Iran is. Iran, the government of Iran, they don't care. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, or Mahmoud, I'm in the mood for jihad, is a lunatic. Iran believes that they have to usher in the 12th Imam, which to them is the Messiah. To the Christians, we know it's the Antichrist. Iran believes that they have to start World War III, a real World War III. I mean, the war on terror is a war, but it's not a world war, per se. Iran believes that they have to start World War III. Iran believes that they have to wipe, a third of the population has to be killed in war to usher in the Messiah. This is what they want to do. If Iran is left unchecked, as Ron Paul would do, they would have their nuclear weapon. They're getting it anyway right now because Obama's freaking stupid. If they're left unchecked, they will wipe out Israel. They will launch a nuclear strike on Israel. And I'm going to tell you what, when that happens, we will have world war, and a third of the people will be killed. We cannot sit by and let Iran usher in the end. But this is what they want to do. And then Ron Paul says, oh, we should start talking to Cuba. Yeah, we should be friends with communists.